The Woman in White. Written by Alice B. Sullivan at alicebsullivan.com. This is my encounter with something I truly can't explain. It happened when I was in early middle school. I remember the night vividly because I was truly, undeniably afraid. I haven't shared the story since high school, but there isn't a day that goes by where it doesn't pop into my head. It was a late night, 15 years ago. My friends and I were walking down Main Street, past the neighborhood cemetery, Evergreen. None of our parents had a clue. They thought we were safe at our friend's house. Her parents were away, so it was a prime sleepover location and a great opportunity to adventure after dark, like the rebels we clearly were. As we were walking and talking, my friend Marissa stops and yells, "Did you guys see that?" We had no idea what she was talking about. "It was a light, and it flew through the cemetery. Tell me you guys saw it." After some debate, my best friend of the group, Casey, looked at me, cocked her head, and waggled her eyebrows. Her and I were known to be the more daring types in our grade, which was hilarious because we were only 11 years old. We weren't bullies or anything, though Casey's rough and tough attitude often left people intimidated. We just never turned down a challenge. Her and I dashed across the street and up the hill. We strolled deeper into the cemetery, remaining on the narrow, designated footpath, riddled with weeds protruding through stone crevices. We weaved through rows, glancing at graves, unable to read their occupants' names. We neared the edge of the graveyard and into our venture, having seen nothing but a whole bunch of darkness. Casey stopped, took one last survey of her surroundings, and said, "There's nothing here. Let's just go." She started back the way we came. I sighed, half disappointed. I wouldn't say I believe in ghosts, but I'm pretty open-minded. If someone gave me hard proof, I'd still be skeptical. I'm the kind of person who needs to witness it for herself. I guess I hoped to see something. As I turned ready to follow my best friend away from this way too black darkness, something caught the corner of my eye. It was a light coming from the woods. I whipped around, and my feet set like concrete. Every ounce of blood seeped from my body. My lungs deflated. Between two trees stood, floated, a figure, a woman in a white dress. Only the woman herself was also as white as snow, with a soft white glow surrounding her. Her hair cascaded over her shoulders. She wasn't moving. I couldn't even see a face. Casey could see it too. As quickly as she came, the woman disappeared, as if someone flicked off a light switch. The glow vanished, leaving Casey and I in a darkness that seemed darker than before. We bolted out of there, neither of us saying a word. I ran so fast, I nearly tumbled down the hill. With a strong desire to flee, I wouldn't have been against it. It would have gotten me to the bottom a lot quicker, albeit with scrapes and bruises. I would have taken the chance. When we made it back to our friends, we told them what we saw. A woman as white as snow, wearing a white dress, glowing white. Marissa replied with, The light I saw was yellow, not white. Neither Sarah nor Marissa believed us. Casey and I defended our case, and the argument went on and on until we reached Sarah's house. By the end of it, Sarah and Marissa still weren't convinced, though Marissa went on about the light she swore she saw. To be completely honest, Casey and I started to doubt what we witnessed. Eventually, our experience morphed into tricks of the eyes, from internalized paranoia and fear. We couldn't even tell our parents, since they didn't know we were walking around town at night, and we had no intention of ratting ourselves out. Casey and I stopped talking about it, and soon the memory faded. Flash forward 3 years. We were in high school. On a Saturday, I was with my other friend, Marissa, different person than earlier, loitering at the local ice cream shop, as most locals did. We sat at an outside table, talking. After a while of some catching up, she said, "My friend told me this creepy story the other day. Want to hear it?" As a huge fan of horror, I told her to go for it. She shifted in her seat to face me, eyes wide. "It's about Evergreen." "The cemetery?" My friend said it's haunted, that the stories date back decades. Can you believe that? When the words left her lips, my spine straightened. I felt every hair on the back of my neck stand up. I didn't want to believe her, so I immediately dismissed the issue. That's when she took a deep breath and said, "It's true. A woman appears in the woods at the far end of the cemetery, usually between those 2 really big trees. They call her the woman in white."